Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to um, feature review questions in mathematics for LET or licensure examination for teachers, particularly for the general education section. And I also think and believe that this can also be helpful for those who are reviewing for civil service kasi merong math component or numeracy component. And also in entrance examinations and other assessments, no? So yan, hopefully makatulong ito sa inyo. So without further ado, let's get started. So I only have around 7 questions for this video. First question is 4 scores and 5 years ago means A, 65 years, B, 75 years, C, 45 years, D, 85 years. So if you know the concept of this particular time span na meron dito sa problem, uh, specifically yung word na score, no? That we need we need to unlock the value. We need to know the value of the word score. Isa siyang unit of time na hindi na common in our contemporary literatures, no? Hindi na siya ginagamit lagi, no? At ito ay ginagamit noon sa mga sa poetry and also in uh, scriptures or biblical literatures. So, ano ba yung score? Yan yung una nating i-unlock. And meron din tayong kasunod yan, and 5 years. So, and here implies addition. So, but before we compute for the total value or the answer, let me just give you a brief recall of the unit of time or the time spans na common na maaring lumabas, no, sa mga exams. First is decade. So I hope alam natin yung decade. A decade is equal to 10 years. Score, yan yung tinatanong sa problem natin. A score is equal to 20 years. Century, a century is equal to 100 years. Millennium is equal to 1,000 years. Now, meron pang iba pa na hindi gaano common like yung Jubilee. Jubilee is equal to 50 years, although hindi ko na siya nilagay dito. So, knowing that a score is 20 years and the problem states na 4 scores, that means apat na 20 or simply 4 times 20. And 4 times 20 is 80. And 5 years, that means we add 5, so 80 plus 5. So the correct answer therefore is letter D, 85 years. So I hope you got that one correctly. Let's go to our next question. Question number 2. Here we have an equation. 5 plus open parenthesis 2 plus 6 close parenthesis is equal to open parenthesis 5 plus 2 close plus 6. Now, take note dito, we have the same numbers, 5, 2, and 6 in both left-hand side and right-hand side of the equation. However, yung nasa loob ng grouping or ng parenthesis ay nagbago. So, sa left-hand side, we have 2 plus 6, but sa right side, we have 5 plus 2. So, yun yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, ano kaya ito? So, we have the following choices. A, reflexive property. B, distributive property. C, transitive property. D, associative property. So, bago ko ibigay ang sagot, discuss ko muna yung isa-isa. Ano ba itong mga properties na to. So, reflexive property, para mas madali nating ma-recall, recall natin yung word na reflect kasi halos magkapareha sila ng implication. Eh. Reflexive, reflect. No? So, when we say reflect, meaning a number reflects itself. So, any number is equal to itself. So, as examples, we have here A is equal to A, positive 7 is equal to positive 7, negative 3 is equal to negative 3. So basically, reflection lang yung left doon sa right. So it's like mirroring. Next, we have transitive property. Ano ba yung transitive? So when you say transitive property, we need to have three statements, two premises, and a conclusion. So as an example, we have A is equal to B is equal to C, therefore A is equal to C. So ang sinasabi dyan, meron tayong unang statement, A is equal daw kay B, at si B naman ay equal kay C. Kaya si A ay equal dapat kay C. So using numbers dito, we have the first statement, 4 is equal to 2 plus 2. So that is actually true, no? 4 is equal to 2 plus 2. That's the first statement. Second statement, 2 plus 2 is equal to 8 over 2 or 8 divided by 2. So if we evaluate, 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 2 plus 2, as we know, is 4 also. So ang conclusion dito, 4 is equal to 8 over 2. Now if you notice, yung second part ng ating first statement ay 2 plus 2 ay parehas dun sa first part ng pangalawang statement. So yan dapat yung tatandaan. So madali na matandaan itong transitive kasi nga ang clue mo may tatlong statements at may conclusion. So pag ganyan, transitive. Yung distributive naman, from the root word, distribute. So we are distributing a number to the numbers or quantities inside the grouping symbol. In this case, meron akong binigyan na example na parenthesis. No? So, and dapat, ang operation dyan ay multiplication. I mean, the operation between the number, a given number, and the numbers inside the parenthesis ay dapat multiplication. So, wala nakalagay na plus or minus. Ang dito lang, ang pwedeng magkaroon ng plus or minus doon sa loob ng parenthesis. But outside it should be multiplication. So, in this case, uh, ating given ay A, open parenthesis, B plus C. Si A, sinundan agad ng grouping or parenthesis na B plus C. That means multiplication yan. And we need to distribute A, isa-isa doon kay B and C. So that means A times B equal to AB, and then plus, dahil plus nga yung operation in between ng B and C, A times C. So that's AC. So the answer there is AB plus AC. Now if you have now let's make use of a specific number. Say 3, open parenthesis, 2 plus 5. So we distribute 3 to 2 and 5. So we multiply 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 3 times 5 is 15. So 6 plus 15 is 21. Now, going back to our problem, ang ating problem kasi, hindi siya reflexive. Kasi nga, although same lang lahat ng numbers, kaya lang nagbago yung loob nung nasa parenthesis. And then, hindi rin siya distributive kasi hindi natin din-distribute. So, dapat, if this is distributive, wala dapat plus dyan after ng 5. So, kasi may 5 plus. And then, dapat yung equal ay yung product na. Kaya lang yung equal ay hindi naman yun yung sagot. Hindi naman tayo nag-multiply. So, hindi distributive. Walang na-distribute. Letter C is transitive. So, transitive, unfortunately, hindi rin dahil nga isang equation na to, isang statement lang to. And letter D, so therefore the correct answer must be letter D, associative. So ano ba yung associative? So from the root word associate, so meaning ano yung na-associate doon sa grouping symbol? Uh, this is addition. So ang pag sinabi nating associative property, mabago man yung loob, yung na-associate, same pa rin yung sagot. Now dito, same pa rin naman yung sagot. Kahit ang nasa loob ng parenthesis doon sa left side ay si 2 plus 6, because if we add that, 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 5 sa labas, 13. And the right side, ang nakalagay sa parenthesis ay si 5 plus 2 na. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus yung nasa labas na 6, 13 pa rin naman. So kaya mabago man yung laman ng nasa parenthesis, same pa rin yung sagot. Now, yung isa pang property na wala dito sa choices, yung commutative, no? Na kung saan marami na ako confused. Yung commutative kasi from the word commute, no? So meaning if you commute, meaning the way from one to one, say for example, from one point A to point B is the same way from point B pabalik B to A. So A to B is the same as B to A. Now, dapat doon ay ang implication lamang nun, kahit baliktarin mo yung order ng mga addends or ng factors, same pa rin yung sagot. So in this case, wala namang nabaliktad, no? Kasi nga, nagpalit lang ng laman, walang nabaliktad. So, pag sinabi kasi natin commutative, dapat magpalit sila ng pwesto. So, sa left side, nauna si 5, dapat sa right side, mahuhuli si 5. So, yun yung dapat nangyari para maging commutative siya. So, dahil hindi nangyari yun, ang nangyari na ay nagpalit o nagbago yung laman ng parenthesis. Ang sagot doon ay associative. Next question is, a ball is drawn from a ball is drawn at random from a box containing 6 red balls, 4 white balls, and 5 blue balls. The question is, what is the probability of getting a red ball? So, obviously, ang concept na meron dito ay probability, and particularly probability of a simple event. Kasi isa lang yung event na hinahanap natin, and that is getting a red ball. Choices A, 4 over 15, B, 1 over 3 or 1/3, C, 2 over 3 or 2/3, D, 2 over 5. Now, if may concept ka na ng probability, ang tinatanong kasi sa probability, ano ang likelihood, ano ang chance na mangyayari or mahuhugot natin yung red? So, in that case, alamin natin kung ilan ba yung red, no? So, but I have here on my next slide, lagay ko dito yung concept na recall natin yung probability formula. Probability formula, ang sinasabi lang ng formula yan is, ang probability ay a fraction in which your numerator is that the number of favorable outcomes or the desirable outcomes, ibig sabihin yung hinahanap, and then over the total number of possible outcomes. So, yan yung step 1. Recall natin yung formula. Step 2 ay hanapin na natin yung favorable outcomes. And nandyan siya sa question. Ang question kasi hinahanap yung probability ng getting a red ball. So, red ball pala ang ano. So, ilan ba yung red balls? The problem gives us or tells us that we have 6 red balls. So, automatic na yung ating numerator ay 6 over the total, which is step 4 natin or step 3, the total number of possible outcomes ay add natin lahat ng balls, so 6 plus 4 plus 5 to get 15. So, the total number of possible outcomes ay 15. So, i-plug in lang natin yung 6 at 15 doon sa formula. So, 6 over 15 or ang probability. Kaya lang, we can still reduce 6 over 15 into lowest term. by dividing a common divisor. Ano ba yung pwede mo divide? So 6 and 15, apparently it's 3. So dividing by 3, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So the correct answer is letter D, dog, 2 over 5. Next, a certain number doubled and increased by 10 is equal to 14 or is 14. What is the number? Choices: A3, B2, C4, D5. So here we have, I think we have three or more techniques that we can use. Now the first technique is uh, it is what they call as reverse engineering, meaning we plug in the choices isa-isa doon sa ating problem, doon sa conditions na meron tayo sa problem. So let's take the first option, letter A, 3. And we go to our problem. So 3, uh, the first thing that happened in our problem is that we need to double our number. So doubling 3, meaning 3 times 2 is 6, and then increase by 10. So meaning we add 10 by 6, so 6 plus 10 is 16. Unfortunately, 16 is not equal to 14, so letter A is wrong. Let's take letter B. B is 2. So we double 2, that means 2 times 2, we get 4. Increase by 10 or plus 10, 4 plus 10 is 14. And since 14 is equal to 14, therefore the correct answer is letter B. The second technique is to use the backward, method, no? which wala naman itong pangalan. So I just make up this or coin this term. No? Backward, sinabing backward, we start with ano yung last na number na binigay dun sa problem, and that is 14. 14 kasi yung sagot, no? So going backward, 14, and next naman ay 10. But ano yung nangyari kay 10? 10 is added kasi nga increase by 10. So since we're doing backward, we need to get the opposite. So opposite of adding 10 is subtracting 10. So 14 minus 10 is equal to 4. So now meron tayong 4 na sagot. And then right after that is doubling, no? Double. So the number is doubled. Yan yung next na nangyari. Patras. So what is the opposite of doubling or double? So the opposite of double is to divide by 2 or to get the half. Okay. So we stopped at 4. Ang last nating sagot ay 4. So dividing 4 by 2 is 2. So the correct answer must be 2. So yan yung backward technique. Okay, and then which we can do mentally. Pwede natin siyang i-mental. And then the standard way is to use algebra. So we let n be the number. So we let a letter, in this case letter n, be the number. Next is we go to the events that happen in the problem. First is to double n. So to double the number. So that means we multiply by 2. So 2 times n is equal to 2n. Then step 2 is increase by 10. To increase this by 10, we add 10. So 2n plus 10. And that is equal to 14. Therefore, we have an equation. 2n plus 10 is 14. Now we can go to step 3, which is to solve for n. 2n plus 10 equals 14. We can make use of a property of equality, which is subtraction property of equality, because that is plus 10 there. So the opposite of plus 10 is minus 10. So we subtract 10 to both sides. Although yung ibang ginagawa dito is to transpose 10. But that is the same. So we subtract 10 2n plus 10 minus 10, matatanggal na si 10, maiiwan si 2n. And then sa kabila, 14 minus 10 is equal to 14 minus 10 is 4. So what is left to us is 2n is equal to 4. To get n, we divide both sides by 2. So 2n divided by 2 is n na lang. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the correct answer again is still letter B, 4. Moving on to our next uh, problem. A class is composed of 12 girls and 18 boys. In a quiz, the average score of the girls it was 89 while the boys was 84. Question is, what is the average or find the average of the whole class? Letter A, 88, B, 86.5, C, 87.5, D, 86. Now, marami ring techniques na pwedeng gamitin dito, but what I would emphasize is to make use of, um, yeah, we can do this mentally, no? Pwede natin gamitin yung ating mental math para mas mabilis at yan, favorable din siya doon sa uh, mga blind and visually impaired na mga examinees. No? So how do we do this mentally? Sa akin, if I go back to the problem, uh, instead of having 89 as the average for girls, isi-set aside ko muna yung 80 sa 89. So I'll just make use of 9. Same with 84. I'll only make use of 4. So in that case, delete yung ating numbers na gagamitin. So dito, i-multiply natin isa-isa doon sa number of girls and number of boys. No? So since the average for girls is 89, I'll take the 9. 9 times 12 is 108. And in the same way, sa kabila, sa boys, 84, I'll take the 4. 4 times 18 equals 72. Then after that, I need to add uh, the 108 and 72. So 108 plus 72. So to get the average, I have to add the 2. So 108 plus 72 is 180. And divide to get the average, not to divide by the total number of students in the class, which is 30. So 180 divided by 30, pwedeng tanggalin yung mga zeros. We can have 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. At yung 6 naman na sagot na yan, babalik natin yung 80, add natin siya doon sa 6. So 80 plus 6, the answer is 86. Therefore, the average of the whole class is 86. So that is how to do it mentally. But okay, for those who are still using pen and paper, this is how to do. First, you need to recall the formula. The overall average formula is equal to the total score of all students divided by the total number of students. So first, second step is to compute the total score of each group. So yung girls, the total score. To do that, we multiply 12, which is the number of girls, by their average, which is 89. So 12 times 89, that gives us 1,068. And then for the girls, for the boys, I mean, we have 18 boys times 84 in average in that, which gives us 1,512. And next step is to find the total score of the whole class. I-add natin yung 1,068 plus 1,512, and the answer is 2,580. And then finally, we compute uh, the overall average. The overall average is equal to total number of scores, the total scores, divided by the total number of students. So we have 2,580 divided by 30 is equal to 86. Now, if you are quick in using pen and paper, you can do it. But if you can do this mentally, just like the one I I demonstrated earlier. That would be good. Next, we have here a cube has a volume of 64 cubic meters. What are its dimensions? So kung sinabing dimension, depende yan kung plane figure or solid. Pag plane figure, length and width lang. So length times width. Pag solid figure, it has to be 3, no? Pag kinuha yung volume, it has to be length times width times the height. So here are the choices. 8, A, 8 times 8 times 1. B, 4 times 4 times 4. C and D, we have here the same. 16 times 2 times 2. Okay, so paano ba kinukuha? Paano ba to sinasagutan? So, pag sinabing dimension, aalamin natin kung ano yung length, width, and height. Kasi nga ito ay solid figure. Dahil cube. Pag cube kasi meron siyang length, width, and height. Now, next thing is ano ba yung cube? Ano ang property niya? Ang property kasi ng cube, lahat ng kanyang dimensions, lahat ng measurements na yun, mapa length, width, or height, dapat equal silang tatlo. Now, we can go to the choices and do the elimination. So letter A, it's A times 1, that is wrong, no? Dahil hindi equal ang tatlo. Ang equal lang yung dalawa, yung length or height ba yan, or length and width. Letter B is 4 times 4 times 4. And that is actually the correct answer dahil nga equal lahat. And the other two choices ay hindi pa rin equal. So just by inspection, we can solve this na kahit hindi na kayo magsasolve ng value ng bawat ng bawat unit ng length, ng width, ng height. You just need to survey the choices. At dahil nga isang choice lang o isang option lang yung merong equal lahat ng length, width, and height. So yun agad outrightly yung sagot. But we can also make use of the concept. No? Recall natin yung formula ng volume ng isang cube. Ang volume ng isang cube ay S times S times S kasi equal naman lahat or S to the power of 3. And after that, we can substitute the given volume. Ang volume kasi dito ay 64. So 64 therefore is equal to S to the power of 3. And to solve for the value of S, you need to recall how to get this dahil ang isa ay exponential, ang isa ay constant na 64. So what you can do is to get the inverse of the cube to the power of 3. And the inverse niya ay cube root. So to get the cube root of s to the power of 3, cube root of s to the power of 3 is simply 6. Is simply uh, s. No? Kasi s to the power of 3, cube root niya is s lang. And if we extract the cube root ng left side, or one side, you have to extract the cube root of the other side. So cube root of 64 is equal to 4. So tumutugma din siya sa sagot natin, which is letter B, 4 times 4 times 4. Next, we have here a meter was cut at the 35 centimeter mark. What is the ratio of the smaller piece to the larger piece? Choices: A, 65 is to 35, B, 7 is to 13, C, 65 is to 100, D, 35 is to 100. Now, this is a basic question, no? But you have to recall, ano ba yung meter? A meter or 1 meter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So, you have to know that before you can answer. So, here, if we take, or if we cut the 35, at the 35 centimeter mark, magiging dalawa na yung ating meter sticks or meter part. No? So, yung isang part, 35 centimeters. The other part must be 100 minus 35, and that is 65 centimeters. Now, going to our problem, ang hinahanap dyan is the ratio of the smaller piece to the larger piece. So, let us identify. Dapat hindi magkabaliktad or magkapalit na. Yung smaller to larger, hindi na pwedeng larger to smaller. Kasi yan yung naka-indicate, tinatanong sa prop. So ano ba yung smaller? Smaller is 35. So ito na yun, yung step by step. 35 is the smaller piece. And then the larger piece or longer piece is 65. So the ratio must be 35 is to 65. And since we can still reduce this by finding a common divisor, and that is obviously 5. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. 65 divided by 5 is 13. And if we go back to our choices, the correct answer is letter B. 7 is to 13. So, ganyan lang po. Dapat hindi magpalit, hindi pwedeng 13 is to 7. Kasi ang tanong doon sa problem is ratio of smaller to larger piece. Okay, with this, I hope you learned something from this tutorial or from this video. And if you do, kindly click the like and also the share button and share this with your friends. Also, we'll also be taking the licensure examination for teachers and other examinations like civil service and entrance exams. So with this, thank you for watching. See you next time and God bless us.